he told us that this country is not a normal country. This country, there's no hope for your generation, and this country is corrupt by the dictator. And he told us that there's only North Korean people can be free. The only way is the United States start war against North Korea. I asked myself, because I couldn't choose to be born, so that's why I was born in North Korea. But what if you can have second chance to be born, and which country you want to be born? Yeah, that was the America. That was the United States for me. Yes.
I think we all ask that question as North Koreans because we have been punished for our birthplace so much. We always we didn't choose to be born in North Korea.
Yeah.
Nobody chooses that.
Nobody. Yeah.
And this is injustice. And but you fought with your life to be free, and you came to America. Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. So today guys, I have a very special guest. Her name is Sherry Yang. She escaped North Korea for the first time in 2001, and after several attempts, she finally made to America in 2007. Now she resides in the States at Connecticut, and she's about to starting her own business there. However, she has a lot to share with the world, what she has gone through to be free and standing where she is right now, but also her family story that I'm also keen to hear how she became free and what's her state. So thank you guys for coming to see her interview, and let's not delay anymore. So would you not give us some quick introduction?
Yes, I am Sherry Yang, and I was born in North Korea. My hometown is Haeryong City in North Korea. Yeah, it's Kim Il Sung's first wife's hometown, Kim Jong Suk. Yeah, and I was born in well-off family and high-class family. Yeah, my father was a businessman. He ran a trading company, and he received 2 honorable medals from Kim Il Sung.
Wow.
We all know what it means, right?
Right, of course. That's huge in North Korea for sure.
Yeah, but when I was 10 years old, Kim Jong-il, he had gradually taken power from his father Kim Il-sung, and first he did was form the anti-communist group, and in all over the country, and ordered each city to punish well-off people.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so my father was first target in our town. He was put on public trial and eventually sentenced to prison. And the government took our property away. And when I arrived at the trial, found people, our closest friends, throwing rocks at my father and yelled him a traitor. And actually, in these days or at the time, economic criminal wasn't that serious crime, isn't it? But the thing is, Kim Jong-il orders. So in North Korea, Kim dictators' words are the law. Yeah, therefore, the intelligence officer who was in charge of my father's case, he framed my father and sent to prison because he wanted to take advantage from the opportunity to succeed. Yeah, and then after my father released from prison after 1 year, I didn't recognize my father's face because he had been starved and beaten so badly. And my father's side, relatives are all high-ranking officers. So one of the high-ranking officer in Pyongyang sent the investigation team to Haeryong City in our town to reinvestigate my father's case. Yeah, and then at the same time, one of the people who the intelligence officer sent to prison, he took revenge on him. He recalled his saying like blaming Kim regime, yeah, and sent it to the prosecution. So like suddenly the intelligence officer and his family sent political camp.
Oh my gosh. It just, I mean, these kind of things can only exist in North Korea.
In North
like,
Korea, yes.
So the government admitted that the case, my father's case, was wrong, and my father became innocent. But the thing is, my father already sent to prison, and
right.
they didn't 100% admit it. They were wrong. So they didn't give his 2 medals and Workers' Party membership back to my father. But also they gave my father a chance to apply workers' membership, but my father was refused because he thought that it was meaningless.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because he after he sent to prison, he saw so many horrible things there, and he knew that this country is not a normal country. And then he just he didn't really want to serve the government, and he also knew that if you work for the government, if you are on top, officer, high-ranking officer, it means your life could be in danger at the same time. So he refused that. And after, when I was 16 years old, I was selected to the pleasure squad.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have passed all the examination, and finally the instructor from Pyongyang came to our hometown, and I signed the paper to go to Pyongyang. But I don't know why, but because it's a 10-year-old girl, have experienced those huge shock things, seeing father, people throwing rocks at my father, and they yelled him like traitor. I think it was the biggest shock for me. Therefore, my adolescence was eventful. I was very rebellious against the government. Like, yeah, for example, the government says, hey, it isn't illegal for women have to have long hair. Then I kept my hair long.
Oh, like, don't they bring the scissor to cut it though? Like in my town,
They
they
do.
literally bring scissor to cut it right there.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, many people like on the street.
Officers, yeah, they cut it, just cut it. And also when sometimes they say like, oh, it is an illegal to have a short hair, and then I kept my hair short. Yeah, that means, every time you get caught on the street and, take me to the investigation room, and, but my father and his friends in our town has a power and high ranking officer, so I was released in a day. Yeah, I was lucky. But yeah, but I think myself why I did that at the time. I think I thought to myself that was the only way I can show my anger to the government.
Yeah.
It's a very small way of resisting.
Yeah, because I was young and I have no power, but still I feel like angry to the government. Yeah. And every time I made troubles, and my father, he thought, oh, he was very worried about my future. Because if you refuse, the government says, we know or what's going to happen. Yeah, so therefore my father, at the time, when my father heard that I was selected to the pleasure squad, he wasn't happy with that.
Yeah.
But I think he was very worried about me, and he said like, you should go. You should go.
Where?
Go to the pleasure squad.
Oh, you really?
I made
I made troubles all the time. He was tired of, yeah. So, and then the officers from Pyongyang, after I signed up the paper, he told me that from now on, you need to take care of yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't hang out with the people.
Don't
And
fight, right? You cannot get a scratch on your face, right?
then
Yeah.
that's exactly.
And then he says like, you have passed the examination, so you might get infection from the others. Yeah. And 1 month ahead to go to Pyongyang, I was working at the mayor's villa, my hometown.
Doing what there?
It's like
초대서?
특강?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
were you what was your like a job there?
It's just serve for the officers.
So you mean waitress, like
From the waitress. Yeah, waitress.
Oh, so you're
Type of
serving
waitress.
like at the restaurant. Okay.
That's correct. Yeah.
In Haeryong.
해령.
This is fascinating. What? I mean,
You know that this kind of job is a prestigious job, and
North Korea, of course.
yeah, in North Korea.
And if people don't get it here, right? Like in North Korea, if you go anywhere that feeds you 3 times a day, that is a big deal. Anywhere you go, you can get fed for like
Yeah,
whole day.
Ah, that's just crazy things.
I know. So you were, so now let's go time back. So how about how many people in your family? Were you the only child?
I have a younger sister.
Oh, you had a younger sister. And so at 16, you were selected to go to Pleasure Squad.
Yeah.
And right before you were about to go to Pyongyang, and then what happened?
And because at the time I have so many friends, like soldiers and businessmen, like, because I work before I go work in the mayor's villa, I was working in the restaurant, like luxury restaurant, and I have so many friends, and therefore they was worried about that. And also my dad want me to go to mayor's villa because I made troubles all the time. Yeah, so therefore I started to work in the mayor's villa. But once I got into the villa, oh my God, the facilities was so lavish.
Was it? Wow.
And the government lifestyle is luxury, and and I felt like, oh my gosh, they had lied to us for our entire lives. And I was completely cut off from any life outside the villa.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So they don't let you guys go
The
outside?
mountain.
Oh,
The villa was located in the mountain. I don't know where.
this is unbelievable.
Yeah. So
I was so lonely, and I felt I was in prison. I was a free spirit before I came to the villa, and I couldn't deal with it. Therefore, I escaped the villa.
What? I mean, how many of you were there? Like, how many of the girls are each time training to go to Pyongyang there?
Oh, that's only me. I worked all by myself in there.
Oh my God, that's scary. I mean,
yeah, but
There's some like special chefs and other cleaners, yeah, but waitress only me. I was the one.
wow. So you escaped from that villa, and how did you find the home? I'm sure it's like in the middle of mountain where nobody knows,
you
right?
believe that?
Yeah.
I walked mountains for 2 hours.
Wow.
And once I found the Haeryong city, and then my home was a little far away, so therefore I slept my friend's home. Yeah, and once I woke up, and I'm ready to go to see my family, and my friends actually, she was worried about me because I escaped from the villa. And that's why she went outside to find out what's going on. And she came back to me and she said, you know what, you can go to see your family right now because its borders were blocked by 400 soldiers, and intelligent officers were searching for you everywhere, she said.
Because you escaped from the villa. They thought you were escaping to China.
I don't know, at the time I didn't really know that was a serious crime. I didn't know I committed a serious crime.
Sherry, oh my God. So what? You were like 16 years old, a teenager.
That time 17 years old.
By then you were 17, right?
yes.
Right.
Mhm.
And were you about to go to Pyongyang soon, or you're
Soon.
Mm.
Soon. And
I just didn't feel like go to Pyongyang because I couldn't bear it, because I cannot live with without seeing my family, relatives, and friends. Therefore, forget about that. This is it. I just escaped from the villa, and I didn't know I made a serious crime. Yes, it's suddenly I became a fugitive and criminal.
Wow.
yeah.
That's and that's how that motivated you to escape eventually.
That was the moment I realized that there is no hope for me to in this country, and I was hopeless. Therefore, I decided to escape to China.
So I wanted to know, so Haeryong is like, of course, like is known to have beautiful ladies, right? Haeryong is known for the beauties from
Really?
North Korea. And And how about the other part? So I'm like North Korea is so isolated, right? We do not have the freedom of movement. We cannot really go to see next town and what's up there. And
Exactly.
was it hard in Haeyoung too? There were like a lot of like the street kids like Gotsebis and a lot of those that in Haeyoung too.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Yeah. A lot of gojebi were on the street, and also like many people died on the street. Yeah,
right.
we're the
So
same.
that was you guys also suffered from those famine and
Of course,
poverty and
of course.
starvation.
Yeah, even my
Okay.
friends. My friends working on the street finding food in the garbage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh wow. So now you're 16 and in 2001
Mhm.
you're trying to escape. How did you find a way to escape to China?
Yeah. My hometown is close to border China,
Yes,
right?
this is a
But
river, one river, right?
yeah, but I can not escape in my hometown because soldiers were looking for me. Therefore, I I need to go to different city in order to escaping from North Korea. But in our hometown is close to the border. Very, very like there's a guard post there. I need to pass to the guard post. So I was in the general's car in the trunk. Yeah, to pass the
Really?
guard
Were you like
post.
sneaking the car?
Yeah, in the trunk. They hit me in the trunk, and then that was the general's car. So just passed through safely.
Also, you knew people who were like helping you out to escape.
My friends
Oh,
and then also soldiers. I have so many friends there, so they helped me to pass the guard post, and they were therefore I escaped China safely.
was it summertime? Did you have to swim or like it was winter?
It was around April.
Oh my God, the river must be so cold.
Yeah,
Oh
it
my
was so
God.
cold.
Mm.
I'm sorry. That's a second time. First time was around end of September.
Oh,
End of
so now
September.
now I just heard you said the first time. So you escaped North Korea more than one time, Harry. How many times
Life,
did you escape?
life is tough.
Life is tough, isn't
Yeah,
it?
once I escaped to China, I thought it's over.
Yeah.
I made it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and at the time I didn't really know what like life in China, and I heard from my friends people captured in China and they sent back to North Korea, but I didn't really know. So once I captured in China and
You got captured in China.
yes, yeah,
How soon? How long after you escaped?
after in 6 months.
Oh, so in 6 months you're in China with your friends.
Yeah.
Oh, and you got captured.
Yeah, I got captured in China. And I don't know what to do. People who have experience being sent to North Korea, they say, "Oh, I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this," but I didn't even take money at all. And sent back to North Korea. And Yomi, have you ever experienced sent back to North Korea?
No,
Not at all, right?
I didn't. I met the other defectors in China, and they told me if you get captured, just kill yourself. They told me they beat you, they torture you, they rape you. I mean, they're gonna treat you so horribly. They said like if I ever gonna get captured, they were saying they were going to kill themselves. So I
Right.
always knew like it's better to kill myself than being captured and sent back to North Korea.
Exactly.
It was so, but even in 2001, the treatment was that horrible. I know now it's really bad with Kim Jong-un, right? But was it still bad back then?
Still bad. Yeah, it was still bad, and I didn't really know about what prison life look like. Yeah, and but once I arrived into North Korea, and oh my God, I felt, I already have experienced the freedom in China, and suddenly all fears, overwhelmed me, and you know, I was so scared, and I, my case was different, right? Like I was chased by the soldiers and intelligent officers, so I was so scared. And if they call to my hometown, and they will find out soon. But luckily, I cannot, in security for my relatives, I cannot mention the city, but I was lucky. My relatives was a general in prosecutor in that hometown. So I got released quickly, and my father and my relatives saw me, and then they was just shocked
my appearance.
What happened to you?
My hair dyed in red orange color,
Oh my god.
and then
Yeah.
I wore the fancy clothes.
and therefore they think, oh, you know what, we need to use your car. So generous car. I went home safely by generous car. Yeah. So I think I was lucky. I still have a bad experience in prison, but I was lucky than others.
So you were like tortured and like
I was,
starved.
At the time, I was too young. I don't know. Also, they torture
young kids too, but
Now they do, yeah. They even send teenagers to prison camp.
I
if
heard
they
all the
stay.
time, like when they
got into the investigation room, like I could hear the sounds, like screaming,
Right.
Yeah, it was a horrible experience for me. And at that time, I realized that my father used to tell me prison life, prison life in when he went to sent to when he was in the prison, and his experience was worse than me. Yeah, so it was a horrible experience. I one intervention center.
Yeah.
Once you got in
Interrogation.
there, yeah,
just from morning to night, you need to sit there. All the time. From I don't know how many hours you need to sit there. It was a very hard time for me. Yeah, and anyways, once I got home safely, but the thing is I couldn't go out. I had to stay home all the time. So I told my dad, Father, I need to escape to China.
Oh, okay.
again.
I can do anything in this country. You know more than me. I need to escape to China. And my father, he was just speechless. He didn't say anything for a few minutes, and he said, I knew. Yeah, you can do anything in this country. And therefore he said he took me to the border, helped me to cross the Tumen River.
Yeah.
So you had already people in China who were helping you out.
I have friends, and also when my father did business, I used to call them uncle like that. But I don't know why, but I didn't really call them and help me, something like that. I didn't really look for them. Yeah,
Oh,
but
but then like how do you survive in China? Because like usually North Koreans go there, we don't speak the language, we don't have the ID.
oh, it was a hard time for me too. But I still have some friends there, so I didn't really like. I didn't sort to Chinese people. Yeah, I didn't have experience that. But yeah, still, in order to survive there, that is not our country. We were illegal to live there. So yeah, I still had a hard time to survive in China. But yeah, I didn't sort to Chinese people.
That's good. Did you meet other women who were sold when you're in China?
No, I didn't. I haven't. Yeah, because I didn't actually meet any North Korean people in China.
Yeah, that's because we are all hiding. You know, if we tell people
Yes,
we are
we
North Korean,
actually
yeah,
very scared each other. We hide in
exactly.
ourselves.
Exactly. We don't get like really scared of anyone finds out that if we are North Koreans. So
Yes.
there's no way we can say, are you North Korean or not? In China, everybody's
I,
hiding.
I I didn't see any North
Mhm.
Koreans in China.
How long were you in China?
Uh, After 1 year, my family also fled to China. So
Oh, wow.
yes, so we have been there for 3 years.
All together as a family.
Yeah, all together.
Wow.
Yeah, and we had actually few chance to go to South Korea.
Really?
Yeah, but at the time, we wanted to go to U.S.
You knew
But
US.
we wanted to immigrate to the United States, but at that time, U.S. they didn't take North Koreans as refugees. So we were just waiting, and my father was tired of waiting. He said, I need to go to South Korea. Therefore, my mom and my dad left China first. And he told me, my sister, I will take you to Korea. I will come back soon to take you to Korea. And he left China. He left to search for freedom. And we were waiting for my parents to return. But we didn't know that was my father's last words. He never came back for us. My father, during arduous journey to search for freedom, he died in Laos, and
So he died while he was trying to
he
escape to
died
South
in
Korea.
he died in Laos and was buried in Mekong River. That was a really hard time for me and my family. Yeah, my sister and me, we didn't know. So we were waiting for my parents to return, and I saw news that America accepted North Korean people as refugees. Yeah, as soon as I saw news, I told my sister we should go to Thailand to immigrate to the United States. Therefore, my sister and me, we left to China to go to Thailand, and we went to the U.S. Embassy, asked to asylum.
Why did you want to come to America? Like, why not South Korea? I mean, how did you know like about America? Because in North Korea, we learned that America is our enemy, is a horrible country, right?
That's a good question, Yeonmi. That my father influenced me a lot. After he released from prison, he knew everything, and they treated prisoners like an animal. They are not human beings. And he told us that this country is not normal country. This country, there's no hope for your generation. And this country is corrupt by the dictator. And he told us that there's only North Korean people can be free. The only way is the United States start war against North Korea. Other than that, he said, because there's a he all the time he told us that.
So that's you knew that you had to go to America.
And I asked myself, like, because I couldn't choose to be born, so that's why I was born in North Korea. But what if you can have second chance to be born, and which country you want to be born? Yeah, that was the America. That was the United States for me. Yes. So I just this is the chance to immigrate to the United States. So I went to the U.S. Embassy, asked to asylum to the United States, and they were shocked.
I was the
First one, North Korean refugee, came to the U.S. Embassy for asking, like, immigrating to the United States, and like 6 to 7 soldiers
with the gun and came to us, and they searched over our bags. If I hit some,
bomb or something.
bombs, weapons.
And once I arrived in Thailand, my mom told us that my father passed away, died in Laos. I was sent to the emergency room more than twice. I didn't I don't know, I didn't know how am I going to live without my dad. And I still feel like guilty of my father's death because of me, and all the things happened, and
I completely understand that. I went the exact same thing. It's not your fault, I think we all ask that question as North Koreans because we have been punished for our birthplace so much. We always we didn't choose to be born in North Korea. Nobody chooses that. And this is injustice. And but you fought with your life to be free, and you came to America. So was it shocking? I can't even imagine from China not going to South Korea and coming to America. What was your impression of America when you came here?
I can't forget still the first time, just once I arrived in the United States, for the first time since I left to the villa, I could sleep peacefully.
Right.
My nightmares of being caught, finally ended. That's I couldn't forget. And when I get my green card, and I was so thankful because now I'm a citizen. Like I'm a citizen in the United States, and I have a country who can protect me. Yeah. That was all. That's only I put my life in danger to search for freedom.
I remember me too, like I came to America. I saw those homeless people, right? And I thought in the past, like if you're an American citizen, that is the biggest thing in life, bigger than even winning the lottery, right?
For us,
All
yeah,
we
right.
wanted, all we wanted in China
Or
was
we
that
want to
ID, that
ID.
ID, being a country, like having a country that protects us. And then I couldn't believe it in America. People were not happy being American. I was like,
I
what's wrong with you
couldn't believe it.
people?
Even I've been here for so long, I
Yeah.
still couldn't believe it.
I know. I feel so rich. Like I have
Yeah.
a green card. I feel like I'm so rich because I'm the citizen of this country.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. Yeah.
Wow. So now I know we have something to talk about. Is now your mother, right? That's like how we got connected. So now your mother went to South Korea, but you brought her to America, I guess, later.
Actually, it's a very, like, my mom was in Thailand, in prison, yeah, in Thailand. And then I arrived there a month after, yeah. So I told my mom to change it to immigrate to the United States. So we all, yeah, my mom and my sister and me, yeah, we all together went to the United States.
So now you're in Connecticut and your mom is in around New York, New Jersey, and now I know you got such a heartbreaking news that she got a breast cancer.
Yeah.
Recently, she was sent to the emergency room due to heart attack, and she has diagnosed breast cancer, and she doesn't have health insurance. So the emergency cost
Came out $15,000 already.
What? Just one visit to emergency room cost that much? Oh my gosh.
I didn't know. It was so shocked for me. Yeah. So,
Oh my God.
but yeah.
So my mom, I took my mom to see the surgeon last week, and the doctor said her lumps may spread on her body, so therefore she needs to take extra 3 tests more, such as MRI, CT, and bone scan. I can even imagine how much the bill will come out. Yeah. So I opened the fundraising for my mom on GoFundMe. Yeah. She has been through so many hard times. One time she almost losing her beloved daughter, and she lost her beloved husband. And once she arrived at the United States, she had been like hard time and she was so depressed. And after 3 years, she want to be strong for her daughters, and Yeah, she lived a very like she worked for 6 to 7 days, and she helped the North Korean refugees in the United States, and she served in the people in the church. I was very proud of my mom, and now I'm very like heartbroken. She's losing her smile. Mm. So please help and support for my mom. Yeah, to find her smile again. And please share fundraising to your friends and people who you know.
I know. It's like, guys,
William,
if you're watching,
thank
this
you, Yomi,
video,
for giving me this chance to.
no, no, this is really nothing. I lost my own father through cancer in China too. I know what this disease does to a person,
Mm,
and I know, I think so many people have you been asking me how I can help. And this, I think, is really chance, guys. You can make a difference. That whatever the amount that you got, even if you don't have any money, you can share. You can let your friends know. That will really save someone's life, someone's mother. So I'm gonna do everything sure I can do to spread it words through my friends everywhere I can. And I please do not lose hope. I do
mm,
think there is always a hope
so
at the
much,
end of
Yomi.
this. No, thank you for also
I
sharing your story. It's
yeah.
I know you also just started YouTube channel, which I'm very happy for you. And you are creating contents that is helpful to other defectors to learn about America and South Korea
Mhm,
and to the world how what North Koreans go through to be free.
mhm.
So I will put that link also as well in the below detail section, guys.
Thank you so much, Yomi.
No, thank you. I mean, your story is just unheard of. I mean, like, you are such a wonderful, brave, surprising person that I
Uh, yeah, it's a all North Koreans have been hard through hard time. Not only me, every story was painful, and I feel very guilty of my father's death and my mom not seeing my mom illness. I feel very guilty. It's very painful. Yeah.
I know I know that I always feel guilty too, but it's the feeling that you do not deserve, though we do nobody's fault other than the dictator. Other than Kim family, nobody's guilty of anything.
Yeah. Our
Or
biggest crime was born in North Korea.
and now we're trying to change that. We are
Yeah.
definitely do everything we can to free
Mhm.
our homeland and our people. And I'm grateful to have you in this journey, Sherry, to share our stories together. And is there anything that you want to say to the people or anybody who sees this video?
Mm. I want, first of all, thank you all of you for caring our North Korean people, and please continue to raise awareness for North Korean human rights to your friends and people who you know. And please don't forget, there are still 25 million of North Koreans live as slaves to the dictator, and with their rights being violated every day by Kim dictator. If we don't give up and stop fighting for North Korean people, I believe we can make a change in the lives of North Koreans.
That's so
Thank you
true.
for
Thank you,
inviting me,
Sherry.
and
Thank
it
you
was
for,
my honor to be your guest
oh
today.
my God. You have no idea how grateful and honored I am to have you. Thank you for
Thank
your just genuine heart and being so open with,
you.
what you can share with all of us. So thank you, Sherry, and I look forward to helping you to spreading your the fundraising too.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So yeah, thank you.